Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy Alex, and we are back with another reaction video once again today. And of course, this is one of the other reactions from my good buddy Storm Shadow. We are taking a look at a request for another animat video. And I know it's been a while since I've done a reaction to animat. I think the only one I've done was like Detective Pikachu. I know I've done a couple more on my old channel again, but hey, still trying to get things, going back with this new channel. Anyway, today, ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a look at Animat's review on a little movie that everyone might know. You all know about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie that first came out, and then we had that first look at him for the first design that Paramount wanted to make. I don't know if he's going to talk about that, but we'll see. Well, we're going to take a look at what Animat thinks of this entire movie. And we all know that we are getting a third Sonic the Hedgehog movie, hinted at by the end of the second movie with the introduction of Shadow the Hedgehog. And I gotta say, he looks awesome in that movie. And you all know I did my reaction to that fan film, Project Shadow. And I'm excited to see if that's the design they're going to go with for in the movie. I'm excited to see if that is. I know, again, that was just a fan project, but still, if they're going to keep that design, that'd be awesome. Anyway, with that being said, let's dive right into today's video. All right, we're ready to get started. And I don't know exactly how to feel or how Animat's going to feel about like the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I don't know, maybe like everyone else when it first came out. Well, I mean, when that trailer came out or when the official movie came out. But anyway, with that being said, let's just get started. So, without further ado, let's dive right into Animat's review of Sonic the Hedgehog. Though most people prefer to call it Sonic the Hedgehog 2020, I don't know why. It's Sonic the Hedgehog 1. I forgot to do the countdown, but we gotta start it anyway.
It's been a while since there's been anything new that came out for me to review.
I
wonder... Oh, wait! There was that new Sonic movie, of course! But, oh, wait, no, that's not usually the kind of...
I mean, that's something you could do.
But then again... you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go and ask people.
Alright, time to dive into it. Or is he trying to, like, do something right here to talk about it?
Now, we wait.
That's a popular meme in cartoons.
Would they even want to know my thoughts on the movie? Probably not. This is probably just a dumb idea to begin with.
You shouldn't have said that! I was going to say, it was a popular meme in cartoons, more or less from The Simpsons, where it's like, and now we play the waiting game.
Okay.
The waiting game sucks. Let's play Hungry Hippos.
Now, before I get into the movie, I just would like to make one big clarification that...
Yep. How could we ever forget this classic intro right here?
Sonic fan. As a kid, I made myself familiar with the franchise through TV shows like Sonic Underground and Sonic X, and I've played some of the classic games on Sega Genesis whenever I would visit my cousins. The one Sonic game I've played the most in my life...
This is a game that I remember a lot. It was actually one of the second Sonic games that I played.
But everything else is honestly laughably bad. Seriously, some of the cutscenes feel like a setup for an...
Great introduction to Shadow as well.
What was that all about? And look what you did to my emerald!
Whoa, hey, relax, Rouge.
Prevent the Master Emerald from being stolen, you idiot.
Besides, there's an echidna effect you should know that shows you how I am one with the Master Emerald. However, in recent years, I'm not as invested in the franchise as before. Except for voicing Sonic for an abridged series, and that was pretty fun to be the blue blur for once.
He was in a Sonic X abridged series?
I'm Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hi, Sonic. I'm Chris.
This is gonna be a long series.
As for the games, I don't really bother much with any of the new ones, with the exception of Sonic Mania. Let's just say that the standards of the Genesis games have been long gone.
Oh, yeah, people want to forget that happened in 2006. Oh. Okay. If I'm going to be completely honest, when it comes to Sonic games and the Game Grumps, It is always the best combination to watch, especially just the rage that Aaron goes through in every Sonic game that he plays. I think Dan has actually played a few of them, but it's so fun to watch, especially that whole moment in the earlier years with JonTron when they played Sonic 06 and they got to the Knuckles bit. Oh gosh, this game.
What happened? And he's gonna do the chin move! Unavoidable chin move!
Unavoidable chin move! Oh yeah, when they looked at the covers for different Sonic comics.
Common reasons why people told me that I should review the Sonic movie is because I have already previously done a review on Pokemon Detective Pikachu. So, logically, it should make sense that I should also make a review for Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Well, technically yes, but here's the thing. I made a special exception for Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
So, yeah, just basically your own opinion about the movie from a casual fan standpoint.
As I'm recording this right now, I am still spending countless of hours on Pokemon Sword and Shield. Sonic the Hedgehog, on the other hand, yeah, I like it, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's one of my faves. But, with all that said, this is all meant to say that this will be all from the perspective of a casual fan. This review
all right then, let's get to it.
Fan's point of view. Just thought I would go and make that clear. Alright, but now, with all that said, I will admit that it is a nice looking movie.
One of the first things that people will talk about regarding this
very awkward way to start off a review, but okay.
When Sonic's original design
he did!
People go,
ugh. Yeah, most people want to tend to forget about the ugly Sonic original design we got for the movie. And it was really weird because Paramount said in an interview that they wanted to basically make him a design of like a real-life hedgehog. What real-life hedgehog has lanky legs and human teeth and the creepiest face you could ever see? Like, I understand you wanted to go for realism, but let's be honest about that. Sonic isn't a real hedgehog because he comes from another dimension. And it's safe to say that, like, the fans were right to basically call Paramount out for that and actually have them change the design. Just makes you think. As fans, we can't get too powerful. Because we could, honestly, like, that power could take over everything, basically. I'm just saying.
While Sonic got some changes in his looks to blend in with his real environment, like a lot more texture.
Sorry, I did not mean to hit that. So sorry about that. I did not mean to hit pause.
True to the original look, resulting in that right blend of the game's cartoony style, but adapted to fit in a live-action world. And with this more appealing-looking Sonic, it also helps the movie to make some of the other elements enjoyable.
I feel like I actually don't know if they kept that line in the movie because it was such a great Jim Carrey moment.
Robotnik and some chase scenes. But what makes them stand out is how they all play with Sonic's speed. While most of the time his abilities are used for comedy purposes, it's when they are presented in the more intense...
It works well for the action scenes. They're one of the highlights of this movie.
Using his signature moves for that sense of reality that helps the movie feel engaging.
Uh-oh. Let's go. Here comes the boom. How are you not dead? I have no idea.
But Sonic cannot take all the credit for making...
Oh yeah, since I mentioned Jim Carrey. Oh boy.
It's undeniably Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey. Imagine all the years he must have bottled up his comedic side during his recent pursuit for more serious and dramatic roles. In this film, Carrey lets it all out to deliver
one of his best moments from the movie.
To the point that it even rivals his...
Because again, this is just basically 90s Jim Carrey right here.
Put off by it and find him overbearing, but for the most part, he brought what people love the most about his comedies, and he looks like he's having the time of his life with it. Considering he is an egotistical mad doctor, he fits the role well and immediately becomes the show stealer the second he's on the screen. Not to mention that the CGI around him is also great, from his high-tech lab to all the creative robots and machines he deploys in order to take down Sonic. Just like the Blue Blur's design, Robotnik is a great highlight of this movie.
Sorry, I had
would
an
say
itchy
that
eye.
The best jokes all come from him.
I was not expecting that.
But I was not expect something, so it does count.
And the Sonic movie, it does deliver on what people want to see the most. It's Sonic going fast and using his abilities to take down Dr. Robotnik, along with the added bonus of Jim Carrey's signature goofball comedy, all presented with some well-crafted and great-looking CGI. The Sonic movie definitely does deliver on the Sonic.
Very, very true.
It doesn't deliver much on the movie.
Oh.
As fun as the Sonic elements can be, when discussing about how this is as a movie, that's when the high speeds aren't as fast or exciting as they seem. When you take away the Sonic the Hedgehog theming, you end up with just another generic supernatural buddy movie where this average straight man teams up with the non-human star of the feature in order to achieve the latter's goal while they both form a friendship. And considering how they got James Marsden pairing up,
I feel like I may have to nitpick here.
Not make the comparisons with
Well, I mean, yeah, no one wants to forget that he starred in a movie about the Easter Bunny.
It results in the story to feel completely unoriginal. Predictable from top to bottom, where it's almost as if the script was recycled and slightly updated to include Sonic. The only thing I can think of...
I mean, yeah, the whole origin story with, like, the long claw character, still a really cool character. It's just definitely something that, like, Paramount came up with before. But, yeah, I mean, it's a nice, like, little way to introduce kind of a different origin story for Sonic.
The references to the games are mostly limited to just the two leads. To have a better understanding of what I mean, take a look at Pokemon Detective Pikachu. What made the novelty...
Oh yeah, I think he did mention the fact that, like, he did review, like, Pokemon Detective Pikachu, so it means that this came out after that review. Nice.
With every scene and every new Pokemon they continuously introduce. While this one may be limited to what they could use from the first game, all it really has is Sonic and Dr. Robotnik. And you can only do so much with them until you get used to seeing them doing the same things with Sonic running fast and Robotnik.
Yeah, I will agree that can get a little repetitive for the whole movie.
It was lame. Gift shop was cool though.
You know, I'll actually be kind of honest. I might be a little nitpicky about this. Let me fix this while this is going on, but I'm being nitpicky about that, like, statement that he made. To be fair, the whole road trip aspect of it, yes, it has been done, but it feels very secondary to this movie. The whole main focus is just about Sonic and him basically wanting to get his rings back so he could go to a safer world to get away from the Echidna tribe. Which, in this universe, the Echidna tribe basically wants to kill Sonic. Because they think they know where the Master Emerald is and everything. I mean, yeah, I can be a little nitpicky about it, but I think, just again, the whole thing with the road trip and everything in James Marsden's life and all that, that mostly just feels secondary to it. So to be fair, Marsden's character is kind of like a fish out of water in this kind of world that he's in. With a talking blue hedgehog that needs to get his rings that are magical portals. Yeah, a little weird, but still. Feel a little nitpicky about that, but that's just my honest opinion.
All the jokes fall flat, they are relatively mixed. There are moments that can be genuinely funny, but they can also be unpleasant duds, especially when the tone feels like it's trying to continuously catch up with Carrey's style of humor, but can never reach it. It's also problematic when the film wants to focus more on the comedy more so than developing its characters, or at least make them more interesting than the same tiresome tropes done many times before with James Marsden as the human average Joe slowly bonding with the star, while Sonic is the smart aleck lead looking for a friend that often spews out pop culture references, including doing the floss a couple of times. At least I can say that the acting is...
Yeah, it feels kind of weird that he was going to push them off, but still. It's a decent plan.
Their job, but nothing extraordinary or memorable like Jim Carrey. I'd even say that's how things mostly are with this movie.
There went my eyes.
I won't go as far and say that some things are awful here, but very little surpasses being just okay at best.
In a way, it's a simple movie with a simple mission. It's not trying to be anything big like being a major motion picture event or
well, far from it, no, but it's still a great movie. It's an enjoyable movie to watch.
And take the first Sonic the Hedgehog
Hate to
game
say it, but
that
the
is
sequel is actually 10 times
That's
better
what
than
you
the
want,
first
then
movie.
That's what you get. Simple as that. Just don't expect anything more out of it.
Sonic the Hedgehog is one of the most definitive examples of a popcorn flick. A movie that's only
And hell, if you're an avid, like, Sonic fan, you definitely will enjoy this and a couple bit of the references that are in this.
Admirable with its weak script, okay acting, and hit-and-miss comedy, there is enough to give audiences a good time with its strong visuals, engaging action, and Jim Carrey at
Still
his
probably one of my
level
favorite
voices.
Jim Carrey lines.
While
Give
it's
me
not
a
high
big
priority to
fat
see it,
break!
recommendation depends on how much the concept of a Sonic the Hedgehog movie appeals to you. If you love the idea, then it could be worth a watch. If it doesn't really grab you, then you won't be missing much. As for my rating, it did entertain me enough, so I'm just giving this a 6 out of 10. It's average, but
Not a
as
bad
video
score.
game-based movies
Honestly,
go,
not a bad
it could've been
score.
worse, so at least it did its job well enough.
All right, there you have it, guys. That was my reaction to Animat's review on Sonic the Hedgehog. Again, don't know why the title of the video said it was Sonic the Hedgehog 2020 when it could have just been Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Again, I'm guessing people just decided to call it that since it came out in 2020. Yeah, that seemed to be the thing. Like, when it was, like, remakes that came out, or, like, you know, reboots, we just called it, like, the name of the movie and the year that it came out. Very, very weird. Anyway, yeah, definitely interesting review. I got a little nitpicky near the end when it said, like, it felt like a generic, you know, road trip, like, adventure comedy movie. Again, that part feels just very secondary with all of James Marsden and his life and everything. The main focus, again, is Sonic. And like I said, second movie actually is 10 times better than the first movie. It's got better action, better story, and, you know, better, like, use of characters. I will admit, though, the first movie is kind of still a classic because it's a great introduction to Sonic and his, like, you know, origins and everything. Sort of like Paramount's take on his origins. Still, a really fun movie. And I got a couple laughs out of the video, too, especially a little bit at the beginning. Anyway, with that being said, thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell to never miss a video. And with that, I will see all you awesome guys and gals later. Bye-bye!